Hey, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. My name is Tyronika Young. I'll be conducting a genogram interview assessment. It's basically a pictorial diagram of your family. In this video, I'll gather information on your family. During this video, it will help you identify hereditary patterns of behavior and medical factors, okay?
Okay.
I'll be looking down during this video because I'm reflecting on my notepads. So if you have any questions at any time, you can feel free to ask, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to start off with some basic questions. Your name?
My name's Melanie Love.
Okay. And your date of birth?
January the 8th, 1993.
Okay. How about any kids?
I have one daughter. Her name's Layton Hingle. She is 6 years old. And I have two, in my household, I have two stepchildren. Emma Hingle, and she's going to be, she's 12. And then Cooper Hingle is 9.
Okay, perfect. And that includes your household members, correct?
And then my fiance also, he's 30.
Okay.
And his name is Nicholas Hingle.
Okay. And your occupation?
I'm a full-time student, and then I also work for Early Steps.
And your parents' name?
My mom's name is Spring Love. She's 56, and my dad's name is Patrick Terry.
What, it never married, divorced?
Never married.
Okay. And your occupation?
My mom is a former social worker, and my dad, we're really not, I don't really exactly know what he does. He's held various jobs, but right now I think he's a labor union rep at a petroleum engineering plant or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's and what about your maternal grandparents?
My maternal grandma, her name's Dolores Love, and she is 76 or 77. And then, no, she's 78. And then my maternal grandpa, he died in 2001. And his name is John Henry Love.
Okay, was they ever married?
They were married up until death in 2001.
Perfect.
Or 2001, 2000. Yeah, around that.
And then, what about your paternal grandparents?
My paternal grandma, her name is Bessie Ross, and she is 83 years old. And then my I don't know my biological grandfather, but my step biological grandfather is going to be Mr. Roosevelt Ross.
And were they married?
Mm-hmm, they're still married.
Oh, perfect. Okay. These second set of questions is going to be more in-depth questions about you and your family, like medical history, things along those lines. Okay.
Okay.
Are there any known issues, deaths, abortions, miscarriages for your family?
I don't know about any miscarriages, no abortions. You said any illnesses, or what was the other question?
And deaths.
Okay, so my mom's brother died illness-wise. Well, he died 2 years ago at Christmas time. He was schizophrenic, and so he didn't have a stable household. He was just in and off the streets, different things like that. So he died.
What is his name? Sorry.
My mom's brother, Henry Love.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
He was that was her baby brother. He was, if my mom's 56, he was probably 45 when he died. As far as mental illness, I'll start there, which is the reason why I'm coming to you, because depression is a huge factor in my family, and I was diagnosed with depression. My mom is severely depressed, and she has major anxiety. My brother has depression also, and he has personality disorder or antisocial personality disorder. It's like an oppositional disorder. My grandpa had signs of depression also. And then my mom's siblings, I would say each of her siblings have struggled with like some bout of like depression, more than it being mild depression. Let's see, illnesses also. Addiction runs very heavy in my family. My mom and my brother suffer from like substance abuse and an addiction. My grandpa also had like an alcohol addiction. And when I say addiction, like it like affects like more than one part of their life where they weren't able to function and maintain. So it wasn't like a social drinking or anything type of thing. It's like excessive, which caused my grandpa to be abusive to my grandmother.
Okay, so and that's on your maternal side, right?
Mm-hmm. It was a very abusive relationship. And then as far, that's like with the mental illness, and I mentioned to you that I was diagnosed with depression, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then most recently, I was diagnosed with ADHD a couple of months ago. Let's see, as far as health-wise, I don't really, well, going back to addiction, we could probably address that also because I do socially drink. I don't smoke or anything like that, but I would hate for the, because addiction runs in my family, you know, I would like to talk about that also because I don't feel like, you know, fall victim to addiction.
Right.
Let's see, health-wise, let's see what else runs in my family. Hypertension. My grandmother has hypertension. My mom has hypertension. Diabetes. My grandma has diabetes. My mom has diabetes. My mom's older brother, Kenny Love, he has diabetes. So that's something that runs. Skin problem, like I have dermatology issues like psoriasis, and my daughter has like really bad eczema. And so did my Uncle Henry that died. He had like really bad eczema.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, perfect. That is good information. Okay. And do you know the addiction was long-term or short-term?
Long-term.
Long-term?
Long-term for all three. And my Uncle Henry that died, I forgot to mention that he struggled with addiction also.
Okay.
So everybody that I named, it's the long-term.
Okay, perfect. And who are you closest to in your family?
At one point in time, before the addiction problems happened with my mom, I was like really close with her. I'm still close with her, but just not as close. But because of my mom's addiction, it's sort of kind of like I grew up with my grandma, like being my second parent because my mom and dad weren't married and we lived like in two different places. So my grandma was like my second parent. And when my mom started struggling with addiction and different things like that, me and my grandmother became really close. So to present day, me and my grandma are really close, and I still talk to my mom, but it's just not as close as me and my grandma. And then my brother and I have like a distress like relationship. We talk maybe once a month, but we used to be closer. But his lifestyle patterns and mine don't like align.
Okay. Okay. So you would say your mom?
I'd say my grandma.
Your grandma? Okay.
And then second would be my mom.
Second would be your mom. And who are you least close to?
Probably my mom's siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as, I mean, my paternal grandparents and my dad's side of the family, ever since I turned 18 and I moved to Louisiana, we're starting to rekindle a relationship and we're talking more often. I see him like probably once a year, but compared to like my mom and my grandma, I'm probably least closest to my paternal side of the family.
Okay.
But there's no hard feelings or anything like that.
Correct. Okay. And just to piggyback on the basic questions that I asked you, I want to ask you about your siblings. How many siblings you have?
I have one brother.
One brother. Okay, I figured that. All right, and that will conclude the interview assessment for today. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for allowing me to interview you to hopefully help you identify those hereditary patterns.
All right, thank you.